They tried to.
Так.
Second game, no, it was just all over. But
Нави.
Fly Totem
Тащите.
are always one when it comes to draft to being able to handle the situation. Look at Maru as well. Didn't realize he got that many kills actually. Almost wow, he's flying, absolutely flying. Angel Boy with a 7, 5 to Joker, 2 to Maori, but Fly Totem can see through that kind of, I don't want to say sort of needs to just cheese because it's not necessarily cheese, but they are a team that can see it coming and they know how to handle it. And Navi might have been underestimating them a little bit in that first set. We'll see going into Bounty up next dry season whether they'll do the same or learn from it.
Dry season is going to be a very, very different map. Obviously, Bounty as a whole tends to be just a little bit more passive, but that's the kind of game mode where Navi comes in and changes the expectations. I want to see some aggressive ideas again. That is what tends to be the most successful for Navi. So far for Reply Totem though, none of those in mind, as they are going to go Ruff's first pick. It's very versatile, very standard, not a bro you can really hard counter on its own. It's going to be a Gene to match it so far, as well as a Mr. P, so a bit more classic here on the side of Navi, the Mr. P that has recently been making waves in the meta, where it hadn't been really seen for a very long time, but it's been played and it's been successful here and there.
Yeah, I think we've seen more Mr. P today than we have the entire year so far, right? And the win rates seem to be reflecting some of the hype. I don't know whether it's a go-to thing for me yet. Yes, I mean, maybe it will develop a bit more, but so far so good. Shelly though, it's where my eyes are always at, you know? If that brawler's not banned, you should be picking it, realistically. I mean, it's basically viable everywhere. I saw SK Gaming playing it in quals on Kaboom Canyon, and they still got the wins. I mean, if you can play on Kaboom Canyon, you can play it anywhere. Mandy coming in for Navi, a brawler that I'm not a fan of. I don't rate her. I don't think she should be played.
Я здесь. Получается, тащит ли они карточку?
Balls too much, maybe a gadget here and there can help, but let's see, another pause.
Не, ну,
Now the gadget
кстати,
pop
вот...
is there, now the push through. Not so much really. Python not standing their ground and 30 seconds down on the clock.
Cube does have a pull, and one kill is all it takes. If that kill is onto Maori, with some trades here and there, things could still very much change. Supply drop plays down. And so far, Joker is getting more and more tanky. The super from Joker is going to be missed. The second one he whiffs, but it does buy some time. Super from Angel Boy only finds one connection. That's very important. Otherwise, he would be able to chain supers. But that's not going to be the case. The pool is onto a sandbag. Maurer finds Cube and Reply Totem take a game number 1 here in Bounty.
Exactly what I was worried about for Navi, honestly. You know, the sandbags there just going to really counteract the Gene. There was only one Mandy super the entire game. It got some damage onto the roughs. That was it. No follow-up there either. And Reply System have got a comp that's not only good on the offensive, but good on the defensive. It fits both molds. And it worked out perfectly for them. It didn't look like they were really struggling too much. Nearly. There is there from Cube. Oh, what a takedown actually into Maori. Early clay pigeon pop of the gadget from Maori will give some good range, but so far it is the lead with Navi, and that's kind of surprising to me. Maori got a bit overextended there.
Yeah, I don't want to say unlucky because technically it's just like bad placement. It was a split second, really. You know, the sandbag, I think he expected it to tank it, but he didn't have the chance to move yet, so he got prioritized for that Mandy shot and ended up going down. Gadget from Angel Boy not gonna find a connection just yet. Navi still with that 1-star lead from that opening kill. Joker is low HP, but some very, very good dodges, and MMA is low himself. Cube is tempted to go for pool, but it's a Shelly with super, and my friend, doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah, I wonder whether he's going to do it at some point. If they can whittle Maru down, you can take down the Shellys with super regardless. It's not undoable, but it can be something which can be heavily memed later looking back on things, so they wouldn't want that. Big taps though there from the Gene side, keeping Reply Totem clustered. Might be their advantages. They are already feel promotion on the rough, so they're actually going to benefit off the back of those moments. Nonetheless, though, just a 1-star differential here, and it could be all it takes. Joker's low here. Does the survive on Maru? Oh, that's the 2-wheel win from Angel Boy. They extend the lead now in the final moments.
It took a game and 80% of the second one to really see that Mandy at play. But it seems like they found their groove, as right now Angel Boy is sitting casually on 5 stars. As Navi pick up a dominant win here, evening things out 1 each for this bounty set.
Interesting stuff. I wasn't expecting it to be theirs, to be honest, especially when you look back at the last game, but okay, I'm listening, Navi, I'm listening. Tell me more, you know, because realistically, I think the Reply Totem comp is more of the safer one. I feel like that is the one that should more often than not kind of survive through to prevail, but they can deprive Angel Boy like it did in the first game and maybe not concede that early death, or Maru, as I'm saying it. Maybe history repeating. They back off now, but that was a bit of a shaky start. The blue star is with Totem, and they are back in their spawn where they want to be.
Yeah, that is very different, and you know that is the repeatable success formula that they didn't have in that first game. To get that blue star and make it, giving you the lead, giving you to play defensively into. Navi were able to get the kill after that blue star was picked up, and Reply Totem not quite as efficient on the offense as they were on the defense.
Gonna get a bit of utility behind this realistically there. A couple of shots here and there. Yeah, Mari now has supply drop over to Joker, so be careful to pick it up. Healing up now, Maru and just sit behind this cube low here as well in the mid. Angel Boy gets a lovely gadget, the follow-up. Oh, great juke from Joker. He needed to make sure he landed that timing, and he did. So these gadgets from Angel Boy are all exacerbated now. They've got to go the aggressive, and Cube is overzealous there and gets punished for it. Big, big snap there from Maru. The gadget to follow it up. Reply Totem are now feeling the groove.
Angel Boy is close to a super that could be huge if he gets some tags across the board, maybe even some kills. He's not there just yet. Maru has super as well to try to dissuade any aggression on the right hand side, but he does act quite low HP. Needs to be very careful here. His 5 stars quickly happen, but Joker finds Q. Maru is just running down MMA. Angel Boy is going to be his next victim, and Maru finishes the game with 5 stars. 11 for Reply Totem, a flawless game as they win over this second set. 2-0. And Navi are starting to really feel the heat.
I hate to say it, we talked about it, back in April, but Navi do have those moments when it comes to drafts that are sometimes questionable.
6 steps ahead, 1 behind.
Yeah, that very thing, and Reply Totem are not the team to take prisoners when it comes to drafts. I would argue that they are possibly one of the best teams in the world when it comes to drafts. So there's not really anything in which they're gonna not expect, not see through. And they're getting it right today. Navi are not really displaying to me that draft awareness. And the question therefore, back to April was, what was the drafts like for their oppositions? And maybe it was more of a reflection on their lack of knowledge. But Reply Totem at the moment are showing that they are ahead of the game, as they always tend to be. This could be the first sweep of the day if Navi do not pull up their socks.
Yeah, I think one of the win conditions here wasn't necessarily the draft. I think field promotion was really important because, it only really comes at play when you're playing